Auburn, to their credit, was able to go on the road and win a big one. Hopefully Alabama can return the favor here today.
The tap is controlled by Amore in the backcourt to our right by Nelson. Now Sears with it front court to our left. Mark gives it up top of the arc to Grant. Looks right, hands it off to Phylon. Fires it over to Cliff, who will pivot, dribbles right, hands it to Phylon. He'll drive to the lane, he stops, puts up a shot with the left hand, no good. Broom clears the miss, and the Tigers run the other way. Can Bama keep him off the boards or minimize what Broom does on the glass? That'll be part of today's storyline. Tigers with it, front court Jones, near side Baker Mazzara. He'll throw it over far side to Broom. Broom trying to drive against Nelson, gives it off to Baker Mazzara. He will drive left, teardrop of the lane, up and good for two. Able to score over Youngblood, and it's 2-0 Tigers.
Has a nice mid-range game, knocked down the floater. LeBaron Phylon had a point-blank look on the first possession, but not able to knock it down. Alabama needs to finish at the rim here today against the Tigers.
Look for Amore with the basketball, right wing, hands it off to Youngblood. He'll drive inside the arc, goes into the lane, tough shot off the window and in. He looked off the defender, laid it up anyway, and ties it at 2, a minute 10 into this one.
Beautiful Euro step by the senior and able to get it up over the leading shot blocker in the SEC in Janai Broom.
Jones near side Baker Mazzara looking into the low post to Broom, posting up on Cliff. He'll back his way down, he'll spin, he'll shoot it off the window, no, rebounded by Cliff. Outlet pass goes to Phylon, and Bama will push it. LeBaron into the front court, bringing it to the top of the arc, gets into the lane, kicks it over to Nelson, and a charge is going to be called.
LeBaron Phylon picks up the charging call. Looks like it was a nice defensive play by Auburn.
They changed it. It's not on Phylon, it was on the screen on Amore. And now Auburn's got the ball, tie game 2, kick into the corner, but stepping out of bounds before he shot the 3 was the Tigers' Miles Kelly. That Bama ball, 2-2 ball game between Alabama and Auburn. Phylon bringing it front court, takes it to the top of the arc and giving it off now to Nelson. Grant will look, he'll drive right, takes it right at Broom. Second through shot is up, it's good, and he is fouled, an and one opportunity for Bama's Grant Nelson.
Alabama's taking it right at Janai Broom, the first 3 offensive possessions of the game. LeBaron Phylon wasn't able to finish at point-blank range. Chris Youngblood with the Euro step. This time, Grant Nelson goes inside the pump fake. Got Broom in the air, took the contact, and a chance for a 3-point play.
And good touch on that first shot. That was a good sign. We've been watching that the last few games, a little flat on the free throw attempts. That one seemed to have a little better legs to it. Bama on top by a score of 5-2. 2 minutes, 10 seconds into this one. Tigers get it to Broom, puts it up in the lane, got it to go over Amore. Here comes Bama the other way, up by 1. Phylon front court, goes to the right wing with a dribble, spins away from a defender, gets into the paint, stops, bounce pass over to Cliff, fires it back out to Youngblood. Chris fakes a pass, shoots it in the lane, and got the roll.
That's what he did last year at South Florida, the mid-range jumper. So Mark Sears knocked down a few of those on Wednesday night against Florida. This time Chris Youngblood able to pull up before the shot blocker could get there.
Tigers with the basketball. Bama the 7-4 lead. Jones throwing it into the paint to Broom, working against Cliff. He'll spin into a double team. Fall away shot, no good. And the rebound claimed by Phylon, and Auburn's got a man down. That is Chad Baker Mazzara. Slow to get up, and he is wincing in some pain as Bama. Nonetheless, Bama with the basketball up 7-4 as we near the 17-minute mark of the opening half. Phylon to Nelson, driving in and missed the dunk. Oh, he faked the pass, went in, and was a little bit too high that one and hit the back of the iron. Now Baker Mazzara for 3, no good, and the rebound snatched out of the air by Amore. Here comes Bama back the other way with Phylon. 7-4 Bama. Phylon going into the lane, puts it up short, rebounded by Cliff, spin, shoots, counted, and he is fouled. Another and one opportunity upcoming for the Crimson Tide.
Well, Alabama getting on the offensive glass, back-to-back aggressive moves. The first one, Grant Nelson doesn't get the dunk attempt to go down, but love how he attacked the rim. And Cliff Amore, second chance opportunity, took the contact, able to finish through it, giving Alabama a chance for their second and one here in the first 4 minutes.
Jump free throw upcoming from Amore. It's good, and Bama's got a 10-4 lead with 16:40 remaining. Amore will check out for the Tide, and Mohamed Diabate will come in to replace him for Alabama. Auburn basketball, but Bama the 10-4 lead. 16:36 and moving. Time left first half. Baker Mazzara working against Diabate. And a whistle away from the basketball. They're going to get Youngblood for trying to hang on for dear life against Janai Broom. Alabama has matched the intensity early. That is for certain. On both ends of the floor. Can you sustain it for 40? Inside, Baker Mazzara misses. Rebound snatched out of the air by Diabate. He will bring it ahead with Baker Mazzara chasing. Diabate trying to weave away from the defender who's hanging all over it. Mo working to his right. Had it taken away, and they're going to call a trip, I believe, on Mohamed Diabate. 10-4. Bama with the lead, Auburn with the basketball. Broom with a couple of dribbles to his left as he works at the top of the arc. Throws it over, far side to Johnson. Fakes a three, drives into the lane, gives it off, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Alabama.
Play against Texas A&M. Alabama's got to be solid with their perimeter defense.
Sears defending Baker Mazzara, gets the inbounds, throws it down low to Broom. Got it way too deep and was able to score over the freshman, Aiden Sherrill, who checked in on the dead ball. Here's Bama the other way. Holloway with it, the former Tiger with the Tide now, thankfully, giving it to Sears. Mark with a dribble out high near the timeline far side. Now center of the floor. Over to Diabate. Mo gives it off to Sherrill and actually, I think, split the two men that were there. I'm not sure either one realized who it was intended for, and the ball goes out of bounds. Possession goes back to the Tigers.
Yeah, Mo Diabate, a little frustrated right there. Not sure if it's with himself or a teammate. Either way, Alabama's third turnover.
10-6, Bama with the lead. Auburn with the ball. They throw it back door, and they lose it on the way up. Out of bounds. Possession will go to the Crimson Tide, and we may have caught a break right there.
Well, that was clearly out on Miles Kelly. He lost the ball going out of bounds.
Right.
Alabama got hurt with the backdoor cut against Florida. Auburn effective with it, but fortunately loses it out of bounds.
Sears gives it off to Holloway, and they wish him well here at Neville Arenas. Inside, Diabate will drive, shoots and scores over Chaney Johnson. A big bucket there for Mo to give Bama the 12-6 advantage.
Speaking of physical defense, Auburn extra physical against Mo Diabate right there. No call. Fortunate they didn't call it on the floor because he was able to finish at the rim.
Todd Pettiford giving it off to Broom. Fakes a shot, steps back, now will dribble on the far wing, trying to back his way down on the freshman. He'll spin, he'll shoot, he'll score over Sherrill to make it a 12-8 contest. Holloway will run the other way for the Tide. He'll drive, he gets cut off. He takes it to his left, being hounded by Pettiford. Now feeds Sears. Deep three, bottom. Mark Sears knocks home the bank first three-pointer. First of the game for the Tide, and Bama leads it by 7.
Yeah, and almost 6 minutes into this game, Alabama gets off their first three attempt. Auburn doing a good job forcing Alabama inside, but Mark able to knock it down.
Tigers fire the backdoor look to Johnson, working against Stevenson, spins and scores around it, and the Tigers able to score at the rim on 3 consecutive possessions. Now Bama with the ball, up 5. Sears on the drive, in, missed it. Rebound, Sherrill puts it out, count it, and he has fouled. The third and 1 opportunity upcoming for Alabama right at the bucket.
Yeah, and Aiden Sherrill, who did a better job defensively against Janai Broom on the last couple of possessions, even though he's scoring. Aiden Sherrill, the freshman, playing his best basketball. Alabama misses another layup. Had a couple of those here in the early going. Mark Sears anticipating Janai Broom coming over. He never really did. But Aiden Sherrill getting on the offensive glass, taking the contact, and getting to the line.
Sherrill converts the and 1, and he will exit, replaced by Clifford Amore. Nice job there by the freshman after he struggled a bit a couple of possessions earlier on that defensive end, as Brian pointed out. Auburn going at the Tide down low. Nelson also back in for Alabama as Pettiford spins away from the defender Holloway, goes baseline, tried to dump it off inside to Broom. Shot is up and good for 2. 18-12, Bama up by 6. Here's Holloway. Front court for Alabama. Goes to his right, plays off the screen. A bounce pass to Cliff, plays it up. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul and wipe off the bucket for Amore. 6-point Bama lead. Auburn with the basketball. Amore sits down, and back in the freshman, Aiden Sherrill, and a hole's going to be whistled on Aiden, keeping or attempting to keep Broom from getting to the basketball. And that will be on Aiden Sherrill. It'll be his first.
Auburn will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Inside to Broom again. Shoots short over Sherrill, who grabs the rebound out of the air and gives it to Nelson, who now flips it to Sears. Bama up 6 with the ball. 13-13 to go in the half. Ball thrown out to Sherrill, top of the arc. Aiden will go to his right. He'll look low, nothing there. He will hand it back now to Stevenson. Jarrett on the drive to the rim, and he lays it in.
Well, I love the way Alabama's attacking the paint. Auburn is extending their three-point defense against one of the top three-point shooting attempt teams in the country. Alabama taking what the defense is giving them and finishing at the rim.
Broom gives it off to Johnson, spinning against Nelson, stepping through, high out the window, no. Rebounded by Grant, flips it ahead to Holloway. Aiden on the drive, goes to his right, now to his left, defended by Baker Mazzara. Holloway will dribble away from a would-be trap, gets into the lane, and a reach-in's going to be called on the Tigers. That
inside the Janai Broom, he's got 4 for 7 from the field.
Holloway trying to inbound it to Sears, threw it too far. It goes out of bounds, and possession will belong to the Tigers. Holloway will check out. Phylon comes in to replace him for the Crimson Tide. An 8-point Alabama advantage with 12:34 to go here in the first half.
Alabama shooting 67% from the field. Only one three-point attempt, but Mark Sears made it.
Pettiford giving it off. Now Cardwell, top of the key. He will hand it back to Pettiford, top of the arc. His three is up and good. He's been shooting it great as of late. Can't leave him open.
Yeah, Nato's not happy. Felt like that was a moving screen against Mark Sears. Pettiford able to capitalize on it.
Phylon to the drive, tried to throw a lob. It was short. It was intercepted by Cardwell, and the Tigers will push it. Here's Pettiford with it against Sears. Rises, fires again. Misses badly on the attempt. Rebound fought for. Controlled by Auburn. Back to Pettiford, who gets into the lane. Floater with the right hand, rolls off. Rebound, batted around, picked up by Bama. It was Stevenson giving it to Sears. Now ahead to Phylon. A bounce pass to Nelson. Grant going down the lane. Gets fouled as he is shoved by Chaney Johnson, and that brings us to our second media timeout. Phylon to inbound it with Cardwell trying to make it difficult for him. LeBaron looking. A bounce pass goes inside to Holloway, who brings it out top of the key. Working against the defender, Pettiford. Holloway will go left. Goes to the wing, picks up the dribble, gives it off Stevenson. Fakes a three, drives into the lane. Got held, no whistle. Now a shot that went up and almost went in as literally Howard landed on his back. An unbelievable effort just to get that shot up off the window by Jaron Stevenson.
Fake got his man in the air, took a lot of contact, and smartly threw it up at the basket. It's why he's at the line for two.
First free throw up and good. Alabama 4 of 4 from the stripe. Here in the early going, 11:33, the time of the first half game clock. And that one's too strong, and the rebound's controlled by Cardwell. 6-point Bama lead, 21-15, 11:28 and moving. Time left first half here at Neville Arena in Auburn. Tigers with Pettiford giving it up to Cardwell, top of the key. Cardwell to Pettiford, but deflected into the backcourt by Holloway. Regained by the Tigers, who bring it back front court. Pettiford had it poked away again, and a late whistle call is going to be called. Oh my gosh, Terry Oglesby. Oh, said he grabbed his arm. The 1-and-1 upcoming for Pettiford.
And that's why it's so important to keep the foul numbers low. A 1-and-1 for an 81% free throw shooter. Alabama had a really good defensive possession going, but instead, a little ticky-tack foul sends Auburn to the line, converts the first, and a chance to get two. Can't give Auburn easy points, and that's what looks like Alabama's doing on this possession.
You mentioned 81% overall. Pettiford 76% in SEC play. Second try up and good. As we'll see Pettiford exit, and he's going to be replaced by Chris Moore, the graduate transfer, or the graduate student, I should say, out of West Memphis, Arkansas. Bama basketball up 21-17. LeBaron Phylon front court, giving it up to Nelson, top of the arc. He'll drive right at Broom, lays it up and in for two. Boy, they're going right at maybe the National Player of the Year and having a lot of success.
Yeah, I think Cooper Flagg probably the front runner. Janai Broom right there, and another shot blocker, and Dylan Cardwell on the floor. Alabama aggressive.
They're going to call a foul on Auburn away from the basketball. They whistle that foul on Kelly. And here comes Bama up 6 with the ball with 10:40 to go. Here is Phylon stepping back for three. It rolls off, no good. The rebound by Kelly. And the Tigers will push it the other way. They throw it down low to Broom, spinning against Diabate. Shot blocked out of the way on the help defense by Nelson. It goes out of bounds, and possession will stay with Auburn. But Grant Nelson with an emphatic block shot right there.
I tell you what we're seeing out of Grant Nelson that we haven't seen in a couple of weeks, and that is lift. He's getting up. We've seen him throw down a couple or get to the rim, get to the free throw line. And that time on the block shot, he just kept rising and blocks it out of bounds.
A lot of what we saw from him early in the year is now Broom will spin. Got it surprisingly to his left and scores around Diabate to make it a 4-point game again.
He uses that right hand to clear out Mo Diabate. Not a ton of contact. They're not going to call it. That's a smart play by the senior.
Diabate dribbling on the right wing, picks it up, needs help. Gives it off, Holloway. Aiden working against the defender, Jones. Holloway driving into the paint, puts it up, off the window and in, and good to see there as Aiden Holloway gets his first points. 25-19. Bama's lead goes back to 6 with under 10 minutes remaining in the opening half from Auburn.
Aiden Holloway looking at the official Doug Schow's asking where was the and one. Got hit as he went up, but able to finish through contact.
Baker Mazzara had it deflected by Diabate. Solo by Youngblood. Ahead to Mo. Into the lane. Puts it up. Blocked by the Tigers and kept in bounds. And Baker Mazzara will come the other way. Here comes Auburn with Baker Mazzara top of the arc. Trying to work away from the defender. Mo staying right there with him. Goes to his right. Stops. Shoots a fall away off the back foot. No good. Long rebound. Saved by Sears. And he'll bring it ahead for the Tide. Bama up 25-19. 9:15 to go in the half. Sears being held. Gives it off to Nelson. Grant left alone for 3. No good. And the rebound cleared by Jones for the Tigers.
It was a little long, but not quite as much of a line drive as we've seen in recent games. Looks like Grant Nelson feeling it a little more here on the road than we've seen in the last few games.
Tigers go inside to Broom. Shot block. Got it back. Put it up and got it to go. Boy, Bama almost able to steal that possession. Could do it. Now Nelson going in. And an and one as well. Grant Nelson fires it down on Dylan Cardwell and I believe Janai Broom. And Bama has made it a 27-21 lead and a chance for the and one here.
My goodness, Grant Nelson. What an incredible play. We talked about the lift that we haven't seen in maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, but Grant Nelson rose up above one of the best shot blockers in college basketball, took the contact, threw it down. He'll go to the line for an and one. They're going to look at it, but what a play by Grant Nelson. But the lift he has in this game on both ends of the floor is not something we've seen in a while. A great sign for Grant Nelson and this Alabama team.
With 8:35 to go here in the first half. 3 ball, Pettiford up and they can do it just like that. Have to keep the pressure on and
both teams can.
Yep. Here's Sears driving the other way. Gets to the block, spins away from it. Looking, fires it out to Nelson. Grant with it against Broom, calling for a clear out. He wants to take it to him. Backing his way down, spinning, shooting, and can't get the roll. And the rebound controlled by Auburn. 4-point Alabama lead. Here come the Tigers with Pettiford being hounded by Sears. Pettiford says, let's get calm here. Pretty good poise from the freshman as the Tigers work it with under 8 minutes to go in the half. Pettiford taking it to the left wing. Flips it over to a teammate. And still with the basketball was Jones. Jones now to Cardwell. Back to Jones. Off the screen. Hits 3. No good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Aiden Sherrill. He'll hand it off to Sears. And with 7:38 ticking time left in the half, here's Mark. Bama up 4. Nelson with it top of the arc. Nelson looking to his right. Flips it over to Youngblood. Poked away. Nearly stolen, but Mark got it back. Sears going baseline. Cut off. Stops. Looks. Nelson in the corner. Lets it fly from 3. Bottom. Another bank first 3 for the Crimson Tide. Alabama here in this first half getting it done. 2 of 4 now from 3-point range.
And Grant Nelson now leading all Alabama scores. He's got 11, 4 for 7 from the field.
Down low, they go to Broom, trying to drive against Nelson. Steps into a double team. Cardwell throws it home. Bama up 5. Here's Phylon the other way. LeBaron on the right wing. Hesitates, goes to the block. Stops, spins, looks. Outside Youngblood. Catch and shoot 3. No good, and the rebound controlled by Auburn. Fun pace early. helps and we're up 5. 6:38 moving the time left. We're doing media timeout on the next whistle. Broom, top of the arc, thought about a 3. Now wants to back it down against Nelson. Calling for a clear out, gets it. Has it, spinning, fall away shot. Short, rebound, tip. Nelson another rebound. Ahead to Phylon. We're running right at him. LeBaron going to the rack, kicks it in the corner. Youngblood 3,
Got the stop defense into offense, and Nate Oates talked about it all week. He wants his team to push the pace. LeBaron Phylon drew the defense. Chris Youngblood able to step into the corner 3 and knock it down.
Quite a pace, to say the least. Cardwell with a basketball. Now to Pettiford. Pettiford working against Sears. Pettiford with the dribble near the center court stripe. Bama by 8, near steal Sears, but Pettiford with it. Rises, fires, hits another 3. He's hit 2 of them. And there has been no doubt on both. Here's Sears the other way with Bama up by 5. Sears driving, kicking it. Nelson, right side, 3, bottom. Bama answers right back.
And Grant Nelson is back. Great to see him playing with so much confidence on the offensive end.
14 for Nelson, leads all scores. Broom has a dozen for the Tigers. He's walking up the floor is Broom. Looks a bit winded. Now Pettiford with it. Looking, giving it off near side Cardwell. Cardwell to Pettiford. Bama left him alone, and he makes his play. You had a defender there, and they left him alone, but Bama's going to run the other way, up 5. Here now is Phylon, going to the rim, puts it up off the window, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Auburn. It'll belong to Alabama when we come back. 4:57 to go first half. What a ball game between the Tide and the Tigers. And Bama leads it 37-32 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Or to him, I should say, is the inbound, it being face guarded by Jaheim Hudson. Inbounds, goes to Youngblood in the left corner. Gives it off on the wing to Sherrill. Back to Youngblood. He'll drive down the lane. He'll put it up with the right hand and got the friendly roll. Good half so far for Youngblood, who's got 9.
Chris Youngblood, one of the strongest perimeter players in the SEC, needed it right there. Got bumped off his spot, able to stick with it and finish at the rim.
Auburn the ball, Bama the 7-point lead. Pettiford on the drive, goes into the lane, tough layup, no. Rebounded Holloway after the contest from Sherrill. Holloway running into the front court, going to the baseline, going to the rim, reverse layup, no, and the rebound tipped out of bounds, touched last by Sherrill. Defense, here come the Tigers. Front court, Baker Mazzara back in the game. They'll go to Broom, top of the arc. Broom back to Baker Mazzara, off of a screen. He'll drive. He'll weave into the lane. He'll get underneath the basket. He'll throw it up and in.
Off the glass, got the friendly roll and a big 3-point play opportunity coming up.
Called it on Sherrill. Phylon will bring it up for Alabama. Gets it into the front court. He is greeted there by Miles Kelly. Phylon with the dribble between the circles. Still with the basketball, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Kelly. 25% of his tries on the year, and hits the front end of a 1-and-1. Point Bama lead with 3:57 to go in the half, and he hits them both.
That's a big conversion of a 1-and-1. I always hate those 1-and-1s after a long media timeout. Have to sit there and think about it, but LeBaron Phylon, the freshman, able to get in there and knock them both down.
Tigers with the basketball, front court to our right. It's Mazzara with it, top of the arc. Working against Diabate, goes to his left, stops, spins, stops, working at 8, at 7, still with it at 6, at 5, working against Diabate, fall away shot, and a late whistle is going to be called on Mo. He's second one upcoming with 3:32 to go in the half, and that one's perfect as well. Baker Mazzara back out of the game, and he'll be replaced by Chris Moore. Bruce Pearl doing a lot of defense for offense as it relates to Baker Mazzara. And Holloway, greedy with the boos every time he brings the ball front court for Alabama. Former Tiger feeds it off to his now Bama teammate Stevenson. Now to Phylon. LeBaron to Holloway, drives, dishes. Stevenson, and they're going to call what? A walk? They called Aiden for the travel. He was trying to get rid of it. He got bumped a little bit, it looked like, on the baseline, or stumbled for whatever reason. Nate Oates said, just shoot it. We like it when you do that, and there was proof of it. He'll pull you not for shooting too much, but for not shooting an open three-pointer.
It's a big reason why Aiden Holloway is wearing crimson and white. He loves that freedom. Should have taken it right there.
Broom with it, top of the arc as the Tigers trail Bama by 4. Broom looking, handing it off. Pettiford. He'll work his way through traffic, gets into the paint. Tough fall-away jumper, no good. Rebound claimed by the Tigers. Stevenson went up, but Chaney Johnson was able to grab it. And yes, he did come in from behind, but it was really a case of Stevenson jumping back into him. And that one's no good, and the rebound's claimed by Sherrill for the Crimson Tide. 3-point Bama lead. 3 minutes to go in the half. Bama front court, Phylon giving it off to Nelson. Grant on the drive, lays it up and couldn't get it to go. Boy, that one wasn't from lack of lift. He just didn't get it to drop. Tigers run the other way, give it off to Broom. A bounce pass to Pettiford, lost it, got it back. Pettiford working against Sears with 2:35 to go in the half and 15 on the shot clock. Pettiford on the drive, whips the pass back out to Johnson, steps back for three. That one's no good, and the rebound is claimed by Sherrill, and Janai Broom was over the back, committing his second personal foul.
That's a great block out by the freshman against the leading rebounder in the SEC in Janai Broom. Aiden Sherrill getting extended minutes with Cliff Amore in foul trouble. He'll go to the line for two. Alabama in the double bonus, got the stop and closed out the defensive possession. Alabama.
And that one is good. And Bama leads by 4. So the teams swap one of two opportunities at the free throw line. And with a 4-point lead, 42-38. Bama goes on the defensive with the Tigers getting front court to our right. 2:12 and moving. Time left opening half. Baker Mazzara against Youngblood. Down low to Broom. He'll throw it back out high. Pass deflected, nearly stolen, but taken back by Jones. Over to Broom in the paint, spinning, shooting, and scoring. The quick move against Nelson gives Broom another bucket. He's got 14. Bama's lead down to 2. Here's Sears. Driving, stepping through, kicking it over to Youngblood. He'll get into the lane, puts it up with the left hand. No. Rebounded Sherrill. Left hand, yes.
Wow, what a play by Aiden Sherrill. Took the contact very easily. Could have been an and one. Chris Youngblood with the aggressive move. And Janai Broom tried to block the shot, wasn't in rebounding position as a result.
Driving, Pettiford, blocked by Sherrill, saved by Sherrill. Sears ahead to Phylon. Driving, LeBaron kicking it back out. Youngblood for three. No, and the long rebound fought for and knocked out of bounds by Auburn. Boy, Aiden Sherrill playing maybe the best 45 seconds we've seen in a Bama uniform from him.
And needed. With foul trouble, doing the job on both ends of the floor. Alabama with a 2-on-1, get an open look, but fortunately get it back.
Here is Phylon, and a whistle away from the basketball is going to be against the Tigers. Nelson hits the first. Second attempt from Grant, too strong. Rebound claimed by Broom, and the Tigers will come the other way. 5-point Alabama lead as the Tide is now 9 of 12 from the stripe. The Tigers 6 of 7. Tigers throw it to Broom, facing the basket, working against Sherrill. Broom into the paint, stopping, spinning to his left. Left-handed shot. Boy, that is really good.
I mean, you can't defend it any better. That was great defense by the freshman. Aiden Sherrill, Janai Broom able to finish over it.
3-point lead again. Here is Phylon driving, dishing in the corner. Stevenson stops, looks, back left corner. Phylon three short. Rebound tip, controlled by Auburn. Tigers run the other way. Pettiford ahead to Cardwell. He'll fire a pass. It's batted back out of bounds by Sears.
Post get the turnover, but able to set their defense.
Tigers get it to Baker Mazzara. Into the low post, again to Broom. Working against the freshman. He'll spin, he'll shoot, he'll miss. Rebounded Phylon. And Bama will bring it ahead, and Nate Oates says, let's hold it for one. Look out. Sears picked it up as Bama nearly threw it away. Phylon a little lazy with a pass, and Auburn almost stole it. 2.5 differential, shot clock and game clock, if that much, as Sears will hold it near center court. Mark with just 3 points in the half on his only 3-point attempt. Sears working with 7, with 5 now, with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. He will look and he will let it fly. It's blocked, and that will be almost the end of the half.
Coach, you told us you wanted to see more effort and toughness from your team. Where'd you see that most in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, I thought defensively we were better. We haven't done a good job on Broom, and they got free for some off-the-dribble threes in our ball screen. But other than that, I think our defense has been good. We out-rebounded them. We've got too many turnovers. We haven't finished at the rim, but I did think we were able to get out in transition more than we did the last time against these guys.
What's gotten into Grant Nelson today?
Yeah, he's a competitor. We haven't played well. He's ready to go. Like, he's been good today.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Guys.
Inbounded by the Tigers. Jones has it front court. Jones dribbling to his left, being hounded by Sears. Throws it over onto the right wing. Three-point shot up, halfway down, and no good. Actually, a two-pointer that was missed by Kelly, and Bama comes the other way with Phylon. LeBaron off of a screen, gives it off to Nelson. Grant dribbling to his left, now to his right, to his left, into the paint, puts it up, shot rolls off, no good. He was challenged by Broom, and the Tigers come the other way. It'll be Jones throwing it back to Broom, top of the arc for three, no good. Rebounded by Cardwell, kicks it out, throws it right back into Broom, who lays it in for two.
Second chance opportunities, those were limited for the most part in the first half. Janai Broom, a 29% three-point shooter, misses it, but they get it back.
Nelson misses a three. Bama still a one-point lead at the moment, but Auburn looking to regain the lead. Tigers, top of the arc, driving. They'll kick it into the corner. Three-pointer, Jones up and good, and Auburn leads it by two. Tide will push it. Nate Oates says, let's run. Phylon off of the screen, weaving into the paint, over to Nelson. Picks it up, hands it off to Sears. Mark the drive, lefty shot, in and out, no good. That one was more than halfway down. Tigers running the other way. Baker Mazzara against Youngblood. Step back three, no good. Rebounded by Cliff, and he will give the ball ahead now to Phylon. 2-point Tiger lead. Phylon hesitates down the lane, flips it back out. Nelson fakes a three, gets into the lane, lays it up. Nobody is fouled. That's going to be.
Tony Johnson's been playing great basketball.
As indeed, as one of two is the trip to the line for Nelson. 47-46 Auburn. Tigers with the ball. Jones trying to drive against Sears. Steps back, deep three, rattles out, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Phylon. Bama will push it. LeBaron weaving through traffic. Gets it into the front court. Phylon working to his right. Spinning left. Double team. Works away from it. Phylon near side Nelson. Grant on the drive. Slips. Stops. Needs help. Looking. Gives it off near side. Phylon in the paint. Jump stop. Bounce pass to Cliff. Lays it up and in for two.
That's a great job by LeBaron Phylon to get open. And beautiful pass, the bounce pass to Cliff Amori, who was able to finish through traffic.
Bama by one, 48-47 with 17:28 remaining in the second half of play. Tigers with the basketball. Jones with it out high. Gives it off to Johnson. Now far side Broom. Trying to back his way down. Double team. Threw it away. Fight for the loose ball. And getting hit in the face by Auburn was Youngblood. It was Chad Baker Mazzara who hit Youngblood in the eye, I believe.
Listen. He got hit
Previous
hard
action
in the face.
under review.
And at first look, and listen, Chad Baker Mazzara has had his issues with getting kicked out of games and questionable intention. I don't think he had any bad intent on that.
Yeah,
I just thought it was
two guys
it
going
was
for
an
a ball.
aggressive follow through that hit Chris Youngblood hard in the face, but I just thought that was a good hard basketball play that unfortunately hit Chris Youngblood in the face.
So, Bama basketball up 48-47 with 17:15 to go here in half number two. Stevenson top of the arc to Nelson at the elbow. Grant looking, dribbling to his left, now to his right. Picks up the dribble, pivots, looking, hands it off to Mark. Sears going down the lane, stops midway through. Hands it off at 10 to Stevenson. Jarrett had it on his hip, and then they call him for a walk. To go. Nate thought his arm was grabbed. Terry Oglesby didn't agree. So Jones will have it front court for Auburn as Bama leads by one. Broom. Kelly now, top of the arc, three is good.
He's got down a couple that he was well guarded on. Alabama in great position, but Miles Kelly, one of the best three-point shooters in college basketball.
Sears in the lane, jumper up, rolls off, no good. Rebound controlled by Broom, and here come the Tigers the other way, up by two. They have it center of the court. They'll work to the right wing. Nate's right my way, I can't see. They miss a three. Rebound weak side by Auburn, but a foul's going to be called on the Tigers and Chris Moore.
range jumper. Knocked down a couple of those against Florida, but Alabama needs their preseason All-American to play well here in the second half.
Nelson with the basketball, fires it to Amori, who takes the dribble and hands it to Philon. He'll drive underneath, tough reverse layup, left hand, got it to go. LeBaron Philon, a beautiful move at the rim around Janai Broom, and we're tied at 50.
Yeah, one of the best shot blockers in college basketball, LeBaron Philon, took it right at him. I believe that's his first field goal. High degree of difficulty, able to finish with the left hand.
You're right, BP. 2 free throws, a field goal now. Finished with about 14 or 17 by the time we get to the finish line. Top of the arc, Kelly for 3. Bama not able to get over the top of the screen in time. And the Tigers regain the lead at 53 to 50. In fact, that is their biggest advantage of the afternoon. They led by 2 at the start of the game. Lead it by 3 now. Diabate hands it off to Sears. Threads the needle trying to get it to Cliff. Ball was knocked out of bounds by Auburn.
Not clock, but that was a beautiful look inside from Mark.
Not a bad catch from Cliff either. Just couldn't hang on to it as it got poked away. Sears, right wing, 3 ball, short, rebound, tip, fault forward, scramble, and Broom snatches it away for the Tigers. They'll bring it front court with Pettiford. Pettiford on the right side, working against Stevenson. Pettiford backing it out. Takes it now center of the floor. Gives it off right side to Broom. Bounce pass down low, and the layup good for 2 on the backdoor feed to Miles Kelly. Dangerous time right here. Bama down 5. Holloway with it, driving right, trying to shake free from the defender Jones. Goes to his right, hands it to Cliff, gets it back. Fires the 3, partially blocked, controlled by Auburn. Here comes Jones front court, or Kelly actually. Kelly on the wing. Hands it off, Pettiford. Bama needs a stop right here badly.
Got a great look from 3 on the previous possession with Mark Sears. That was great defense by Janai Broom to get the block.
Broom at the elbow, hands it back. Pettiford back up top. They go with it to Johnson. 3-ball miss, and the rebound controlled by the Crimson Tide. Stevenson to Sears as Bama runs the other way, throwing it down low to Cliff, the lob and 2. What a feed from Mark Sears beyond the timeline, and Clifford throws it down, and Bama's back to within 3 with 14 minutes to play.
Beautiful pass, but great job by Cliff Amori to sprint the floor, putting himself in a position to get that alley-oop throwdown.
Pettiford now down low, the Tigers throw it away. Sears will bring it front court for Alabama. Mark working against the defender Pettiford. Goes to his left, now backs it out, goes to his left again. Drives, gets underneath, hands it off. Cliff threw it home with the left hand over Janai Broom. What a play as Bama is back to within 1.
Grant Nelson on Dylan Cardwell in the first half. This time Cliff Amori on Janai Broom. What a finish.
Pettiford against Sears. Tigers work it to Broom, work it against the big fella, and they're going to call a walk or a hold. Could have called either.
Yeah, got 2 hands on him. They're going to call that, and that's a tough, correct call on Cliff Amori. A mistake by the senior as he was pumped up after.
13-14 remains in this one. Bama down 1, 55-54. Auburn's got the ball in the lead. Kelly up top being defended by Moe. Gives it off to Broom on the wing. He'll try to break down against Sherrill. Spinning into the lane with the right hand. Lays it up, no. Tipped out by Sherrill and controlled by Bama. Here comes Sears. Weaving through traffic. Stops at the baseline as they double teamed him. Takes it to the near wing. Sears trying to get free. Goes to his left. Nothing there. Goes to his right. Goes baseline. Pull up from 8. Got it to go.
Well, got fouled on a couple of occasions. Nate Oates didn't like the no call, but Mark able to stick with it, and this time knocks down the mid-range pull-up.
Second field goal for Mark. He's got 5, and Bama's to within 1. 56-55. Inside, Tigers work. It's stolen by Stevenson after he blocked the shot on the attempt from Pettiford. Now Sears the other way, going into the lane, circling away from trouble. Stops on the wing, surveying the floor. Deep 3, blocked by Broom, tipped into the air, controlled by Broom. Broom throws it left side to Kelly. He saves it into the hands of Broom, and he throws it down. Bama will attack though, down 1, 57-56. Here's Holloway front court. Holloway gets hacked on the play by Pettiford. Some time. Aiden looking to get it in, does so to Diabate. Moe will dribble to his left. Going now to his right, gets into the lane. Tough shot, left hand, and got it to go. He willed that one in for the Tide, and Bama regains the lead by 1.
Last couple of buckets for Alabama's strength and toughness. Mark Sears took some contact and rose up. This time it was Mo Diabate.
Pettiford with the basketball, throws it to his right, a whistle away from the ball, and a hold's going to be called on Jaron Stevenson. With a cut above his eye, he's got a Band-Aid on, maybe a stitch or two. And with Bama up 1, he's on the floor with 11:38 to play. Baker Mazzara misses the runner in the lane. Rebound claimed by Bama. Here comes Holloway. Left side, 3, bottom. That will quiet the crowd, and a timeout on the floor as Chad Baker Mazzara is apparently in some pain.
Has a short bench because of injury. I'll take the free timeouts that Doug Shows is more than willing to give.
4-point Bama advantage with 11:27 to play. They'll throw it into the post to Auburn's big, Dylan Cardwell, and they call a foul.
Mistake by Aiden Holloway because it gets Auburn that much closer to the bonus.
Auburn throws it in the backcourt. That's going to be a turnover. Aiden Holloway to trigger it in for the Crimson Tide. Throws it all the way to the backcourt to Phylon. With Bama up 4 and 11:15 to go. Phylon to Diabate. He'll drive left. He'll work his way to the block. He'll get underneath the basket. A pump fake once. A shot blocked by Johnson, but a foul's going to be called on the Tigers. From the lefty with 11:08 to play. Free throw's perfect, and the Tide leads it again by 5.
Don't love the percentage by Alabama now, just 11 for 16, but I love the fact that Alabama's been there 16 times to Auburn 7.
Pettiford, a deep contested 3, rims out no good. Tipped out long by Mo into the hands of Grant, and then a whistle. In what? A foul on Auburn? Oh, a player down for Alabama. I think that is Youngblood, who took another elbow.
And he's asking for an official review. Boy, he has been banged up. A couple of bandages on his face.
He just told Doug Shows, trust me. He said, I don't know who he's talking about. I think Doug Shows just told him I got it. I don't know who's being referenced, and I'll just leave it alone. Well, I'll just leave it alone. Let him look at it.
Oh yeah. Now that
Chad Baker
Mazzara, it was clear that it was intentional. And listen, we talked about it last time. It was Chad Baker Mazzara with the hit against Chris Youngblood. That one, to me, was clearly, that first one was clearly was not intentional. This one looked to be intentional. Chris Youngblood was confident, and I see why after watching the review.
This is the same player that got thrown out of the first round of the NCAA tournament last year against Yale that played a big part in the Tigers losing right in front of us on a great day in Spokane, Washington.
It sure was. Chad Baker Mazzara has had a history of that. He's a great player, but is known for a guy that has flagrant fouls. That, to me, looked clearly intentional against Chris Youngblood. Now the officials are talking about it after watching the review. This, to me, should be a flagrant with Alabama having the ball and free throws coming up, but we'll see what the officials say.
It seems like the old Rick Pitino thing about, if we foul them every time, they can't call all of them. Officials are discussing whether it's flagrant 1 or flagrant 2, I believe. Doug and Terry Oglesby talking it over, and now they're going to say it's a flagrant 2. He's gone. They're throwing him out. Wow, Baker Mazzara is gone. Wait till we hear the official word. Get ready, folks.
After further review, we have a flagrant 2 foul. Throwing an elbow on the back of his head. Therefore, he's been ejected.
That's not the first time we've seen that happen for Chad Baker Mazzara.
Shooters.
True. Now you got to go make your plays. As the crowd's at a fever pitch now here at Neville Arena. Diabate working against the defender, gets into the lane, gets pushed, and that's a foul. And that was clear, and that'll be the 7th on the Tigers. Trying to make it a 6-point lead, and he does. 10:35 to go here in Auburn. Pettiford with a basketball. Up top to Broom, near side. He'll feed it off to Kelly. Off the bounce, a three is missed. Rebound tipped into the hands of, of Amori. It was Diabate that got the deflection. Now here comes Holloway the other way. Holloway on the wing. Holloway driving, stopping, gets underneath the basket, kicks it into the corner to Sears. Mark driving to the rim, kicks it back to Mo, cutting in, hands it off to Cliff, and he throws it home with authority.
Well, the unselfish play, a couple of extra passes, ultimately to Cliff Amori, who throws down another one.
Biggest lead of the game for Bama. A 9-0 run has given the Tide an 8-point lead with 9:55 to go. Tigers will throw it into the low post to Broom. Cliff defending. Broom spinning right, spinning left, shooting, and he missed, but a foul's going to be called. 4 blocked shots does Broom, and he hits the second of 2 attempts. 7-point Bama lead with 9:43 to go. Bruce Pearl invoking the crowd to get back in it as the Tide works front court to our right. Sherrill with the dribble. Big Aiden picks it up. Looking, pivots, needs help, had it poked away, nearly stolen, and Auburn does take it away. Broom on a run out will throw it down. Bama, though, will push it back the other way. Phylon to Holloway near side with Bama up 5. Holloway near side, shake and make move, stepping back, deep three, short, and the rebound controlled by the Tigers. Pettiford runs the other direction, cut off, no look pass, and a beautiful play results in a dunk by Cardwell. Timeout, Nate Oates. A 30 becomes a full with 9:05 to go, and Cardwell, the 2 bigs on the floor for Auburn. Here's Phylon with it, driving to his right. Sears with it in the corner, gives it off. Diabate for 3. Mo couldn't get it to go, and the rebound's fought for, and a foul's going to be called on Auburn. Or is it? No, they call it on Bama.
3, capable of making it, just a little short on that one.
Bama's gotten a lot of help around the roster, but Grant Nelson only 1 point in the second half after having 15 in the first. Tigers, a deep 3. Kelly wide left on that attempt, and Bama clears it. Here's Diabate coming the other way. Diabate on the near side, looking, handing it off to Sears, literally. Mark to his right with a dribble, behind the back with a dribble, back behind the arc with a dribble alive, goes to his right now, hesitates, lob to Nelson, had it swatted away by Cardwell. Tigers throw it ahead, Kelly will lay it up for 2.
That's a great defensive play. Looked like it was going to be an alley-oop. The block started the Auburn fast break, another easy basket.
Bama's lead up, down to 1, but Phylon answers with a layup, splitting defenders and getting to the bucket to make it 67-64. Pettiford the other way for Auburn. 7:57 to go. We're due a media timeout on the next dead ball. Pettiford waiting, holding it out near the timeline left side. Now to the center of the floor. Picks it up, fires it over to Kelly. Kelly down low, throws it away, and a late whistle, and a hold's going to be called on Grant Nelson against Janai Broom. Trying to make it a 2-point game. Free throw is up, and it's missed, and the rebound's tipped into the hands of Nelson. Now to Phylon, and LeBaron will bring it ahead for Alabama. Big miss from Janai Broom, who leads the Tigers with 23. Phylon tried to work it down low, now will drive it that way himself. Out to Sherrill, Aiden a dribble and a handoff to Sears. He works against Cardwell. Sears with 10 to shoot, goes left, goes to the corner, goes to his right at 7, at 6, off of a screen at 5, down low to Stevenson, reverse layup, tipped again, and Auburn controls as Sherrill and Stevenson, both missed right at the rim.
Missed opportunities by Alabama at point-blank range. Auburn a great shot-blocking team, and it affected Alabama's shots.
7 minutes to go. Bama the lead by 3. Auburn with the ball. Pettiford, a floating shot in the paint is good, and it's a 1-point contest. But Phylon runs the other way. Nate says attack. Phylon does. Slipped. Keeps his feet. Looks. Takes it to the far wing. Still with a dribble alive. Phylon to Sherrill, top of the arc. looking to his left. Nothing there at the moment. Hands it off to Sears. Mark off of a screen. Gives it back. Inside. Big man, the flush. Aiden Sherrill throws it home with a great pass from Mark Sears, and Bama leads by 3 again.
And the 5th assist for Mark Sears, 2nd in the SEC in assists. The pump fake at the three-point line drew 2 defenders. Beautiful pass to Aiden Sherrill. The catch and the finish by the freshman.
6:12 in ticking time left here at Auburn. Bama up by 3 on the top-ranked Tigers. Auburn throwing it left side to Broom. Thought about a 3. Now he'll let it go, and he'll shoot a brick, and the ball's claimed by Auburn. They'll try a 3 again, and it's good. Boy, a tough break there as Jones knocks it at 69 with 5:50 remaining. Here's Bama the other way. Phylon working off the screen, a double screen, has it top of the arc, drives to the elbow, goes to the lower block, throws it out, and throws it away. Stevenson, though, took it back into Phylon, who lays it in. Better to be lucky than good, and Bama was right there.
Auburn had a lucky bounce of the ball in the last possession, went right to the Auburn Tigers after the brick. They knocked down a 3 this time. Bama with a fortunate break. LeBaron Phylon, the layup as a result.
71-69 with 5:18 remaining. Tigers throw it down low. Broom lays it up, missed it, but got fouled. Broom, the lefty, rattles that one in. Broom on the season, a 62% free throw shooter. Bama ball up by 1. Nelson driving right side, plays through contact, threw it away. Here comes Auburn the other direction. Jones caught it on his hip. He walked. They didn't call it. That's terrible. It was on his hip. He traveled. They didn't call it in these final 5 minutes. Jones gives Auburn the lead again at 72-71. That ignites the crowd once more. Phylon, front court for Alabama. Throws it over to Nelson. Grant a nice catch and keeping his balance. He'll look and hand it off to Sears. Mark driving right. Mark throws it in the corner. Amori pivots, needs help. Amori hands it back to Mark. 10 on the shot clock. Sears working against Jones. Goes right. Goes against the defender. Throws it in the corner. Holloway. Aiden at 3. At 2. Aiden will have to launch it. Does it. 1 short. And that will give it back to Auburn with 4:26 to go.
Alabama needs to get it done on the defensive end. Auburn's got some momentum.
Pettiford with the basketball for the Tigers, giving it up to Jones between the circles. He will go left. He'll stop in the lane. He'll shoot with the left hand off the window and in. And Auburn leads by 3. 4:11 to go. Sears will bring it up for Alabama. The Tide needs a bucket badly here just to calm this Auburn run where they've made 4 of their last 5 from the field. Sears calling for a screen, gets one from Phylon, throws it back to LeBaron, steps into a 3, bottom, LeBaron, Phylon, a huge bank first 3, and we're tied at 74 with 3:46 to go.
They doubled the ball, and Mark Sears hasn't had a big scoring game, but gets his 6th assist to a wide-open LeBaron Phylon.
Auburn with the basketball. Broom up top, left side. Cardwell, and now Pettiford driving in. Rip around pass of beauty to Cardwell, who throws it home. 76-74 Auburn. We're due our final media timeout on the next whistle. Here is Phylon again to Nelson. Hands it back to LeBaron. Playing off the screen from Grant. Drives down the lane. Back he goes to Cliff. Hands it off to Sears. Mark going baseline. Looks, fires. Nelson for 3 in the lead. Bottom! 77-76 Bama. A huge bank first 3. Grant Nelson's first field goal of the second half gives Bama a 77-76 lead. 2:54 to go.
And it was Mark Sears once again getting in the lane, making plays for his teammates.
Pettiford with the basketball, being defended by Phylon. Pettiford with 10 on the shot clock. Looking right, hands it off, driving Jones, follow away, jumper, no. Rebound, Stevenson for Bama. Jaron throws it away, stolen by Auburn, then out of bounds, timeout, no. Let's see.
Yeah, Auburn got it, called a timeout.
They did indeed. Bama's the Tigers inbounded in front of their own bench. They get it into Pettiford. The guard with 24 now on the shot clock gives it off to Cardwell, back to Pettiford for 3. That is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Chris Youngblood.
Not wanting Pettiford to get one up. He did, and for Auburn, Alabama secured the defensive rebound and threw it away.
He missed the second one, though, and the third one, excuse me. So 1 of 3, and we're tied at 77 with 2:18 to go. Bama basketball. Phylon with it out high, trying to work away from a pair of defenders. Takes a dribble, gives a bounce pass to Nelson, top of the arc. Grant with his back to the bucket will go to his left. He'll drive down the lane against Broom. He'll spin. He'll pump fake. He'll shoot. He'll score. Grant Nelson, 19 points now for the Tide, and Alabama with 1:55 to go leads it by 2. Check it, it's 21 now for Nelson as Bama leads by a bucket.
And did it against one of the best shot blockers in college basketball. What a move by Nelson.
Broom from 15, brick, rebound tipped out and saved by Auburn. A 3, no, rebound tipped in the corner, out of bounds, touch last by Auburn.
Ooh.
I'm sure they'll review it.
Huge stop for Alabama. Fortunate as Auburn had a second chance opportunity, open shot by a good shooter.
Sears with the basketball. Bama trying to make it a 2-possession game. March working against the defender Pettiford. Sears, 12 on the shot clock. Sears to his right. Sears stopping, spinning. Phylon at 8. Into the corner, Nelson at 6. Come on, Grant, 5. Into the lane at 4. Right at the big man, and he walked.
Grant Nelson a little off balance, and Alabama turns it over.
Sears and Youngblood out. Bama's got almost all bigs. Tigers go inside. Broom spins and shoots and scores over Amori with under a minute to go in a tie game at 79. Phylon to Nelson. Grant will back it out. Grant
He wants to go quick.
He does. Phylon facing the basket. Looking at timeout called by Nate Oates with 14 on the shot clock. No lazy passes. Grant looking, gets it into Mo. Diabate with it at 10, at 9, at 8. Diabate at 7, at 6, in the lane at 5, steps through, lays it up, no. Rebound controlled by Auburn. There's a 3-second differential, shot clock and game clock. We're tied at 79, and Auburn's got the ball.
Yeah, essentially they could take the last shot if they shoot it with a couple of seconds left, giving themselves a chance for an offensive rebound.
Pettiford right side with the dribble, being defended by Holloway. Pettiford still with it, gives it off to Broom on the right wing. Broom at 7 to shoot, at 6. Broom at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2. Fall away jumper, no. Rebound claimed by Bama. Mo will launch it, it's deflected out of bounds, and why not? We're headed to overtime. The regular season is not over yet. 5 more minutes to play at least. 79-79 is your score. Back after this 1-minute network timeout. Bama 1-0 in overtime games. Auburn has not played in one. Jump ball won by the Tigers. Kelly with it. Front court to our left. Pettiford with it now between the circles. Pettiford working against Sears. Gives it off, top of the arc to Jones. Jones hesitates, goes down the lane. Teardrop is up and in for 2. Bama down by a bucket, 81-79. Here is Phylon the other way. Phylon to his left. Phylon down the lane, puts it up. No.
Oh.
Yes, though, from Cliff Amori. Another flush from Big Cliff. Playing with 4 fouls. He's got 13 points to go with 7 rebounds now, and we are tied at 81.
LeBaron Phylon put it up high and soft, and Big Cliff able to go up and throw it down.
Kelly with the basketball, working against Phylon. Again, Cliff's playing with 4 fouls. Pettiford with the basketball out at the timeline left side. Takes it to the top of the arc. Spins away from Mark. Double team for a moment. Drives in. High floater no. Rebounded Cardwell. Throws it back out to Jones. Over to Broom. Fakes a 3. Goes into the lane. Lays it up for 2. Amori didn't want to get the 5th, and he took the bait on the little leaner, and then Broom went underneath and laid it in. 83-81 Auburn. Here's Phylon with it, top of the arc. LeBaron surveying the floor, goes to his left, hands it off to Youngblood. Youngblood with that bandage above his left eye, goes to his right, goes down the lane, gets cut off, stops, spins, shoots, and misses. Rebounded Nelson, outside, Phylon, 4-3. No, rebounded by Cardwell, and the Tigers say, let's take our time.
Wide open, took his time, just a little short with it.
May have
Great
taken
look.
too long, Brian. He kind of hesitated a second, didn't he? 3 minutes, 8 seconds, and ticking time left. Auburn with the ball and a 2-point lead, 12 on the shot clock. driving. Pettiford steps back three. That's no good. It's a brick picked up by Nelson. Now Sears will bring it ahead with 2:55 to go. Bama down a bucket. Sears to his right. Sears stopping top of the arc. Sears into the corner. Nelson had his 3-attempt block. Amore got it and threw it home again. The big fella, the big dog, eating big. And Bama with 2:37 to go has tied it again at 83.
His second putback dunk in overtime. Great defense by Janai Broom. Blocked the three-point shot at Grant Nelson. Went right to Big Cliff, who goes up and throws it down.
Pettiford working against Phylon. 2:22 to go. Auburn basketball. 15 on the shot clock. With it out high will be Pettiford. Poked away by Phylon and stolen. Driving in, pump fake, shot, left-handed, good. Bama on top, 85-83. 2:06 remaining. LeBaron Phylon had that steal. He's got 13 points, his first steal of the game, and Bama leads by a bucket. Timeout, Auburn.
Two of the best freshmen in college basketball going at it. LeBaron Phylon picked his pocket, almost an and one, as he went in with the left hand, finished to take the lead.
Here at Neville Arena on the Plains, we are in overtime. Chris Stewart, Brian Pasick, Tom Stipe with you as Auburn has the ball down a bucket. Bama trying to get another stop. Kelly with the basketball, feeding it off to Jones out high. 15 to shoot as Jones goes left. Jones hesitates, drives, back outside Broom for three. Knocks it down. Wow. 1 point, Auburn advantage, 86-85 with 1:37 to go. Broom now with 31.
29% three-point shooter. Hasn't been close on many, but knocked down a big one right there.
Sears to answer. No good. Long rebound. Back to Mark. Over on the wing. Phylon for three. No. Rebound Nelson. Pump fake shot. Yes. What a made. What a play. Grant Nelson. Bama by one with 1:15 to go.
Alabama with a couple of open looks, but second and third chance opportunities, and Grant Nelson with a tough play over Auburn.
Cardwell up top, Broom in the lane, leaner, no. Rebound tipped and controlled by Phylon. Bama's ball up one, 56 seconds remaining. Phylon front court with it. LeBaron playing off the screen, getting into the lane, stopping, looking outside. Grant back to Phylon. 15 to shoot, 45 to play. Bama trying to add to a 1 point lead. Phylon the drive and a foul away from the ball, and they're going to call it on Auburn. That is Miles Kelly, guilty of running over Mark Sears, and he will go to the line to shoot two for the Crimson Tide, or the 1-1. You're right.
Yeah, still just the 18th foul. And Mark Sears, a great free throw shooter. You wonder about his legs and this Alabama team's legs. Really both teams, as Mark Sears has been great in this game on the defensive end, finding open teammates. He's got 7 assists, but only 5 points. 2 for 8 from the field, and hasn't taken a free throw in this one.
Nate Oates just looked at Byron Jarrett. He goes, "Are you kidding me? We're in overtime, and that's only a 1-1. Sears trying to make it a 2-point lead. Does. Perfect on the attempt. A change for Nate Oates. He put Mo Diabate in, and he took Chris Youngblood out. Trying to get a little bit bigger defender. Down low. Sears, free throw. Yes, and Bama leads by 3. 41 seconds to go. One more stop. One more stop right here, Bama. Front court. Pettiford looking to his right, driving down the lane, stops, leaner. It is off the glass and in. 1 point game. And a timeout called by the Tigers once again. Couldn't hear a whistle. Could you?
No, they needed to go quick. They did. Didn't need a three. Pettiford knocks down the floater off the glass, and Auburn will come out with full court pressure, and still not in the double bonus. Auburn, if they choose, which I think they will with time and score, gonna try to get a steal early, and Alabama has been turnover prone this season and have been in this game. Alabama's turned it over 15 times to Auburn's 9. And one thing that Nate Oates can remind his team is Alabama's got 2 timeouts. If you get in trouble, call a timeout, because Auburn's going to have to foul if Alabama can take care of the ball. About 3.8 disparity between shot clock and game clock. And Auburn good in these special situations on the defensive end. Alabama's got to be strong with the ball. Don't take any chances. If you get in trouble, you got 2 timeouts.
Tigers will go with full court pressure as Bama inbounds it. Phylon with Cardwell face guarding him. 33 seconds to go. Bama the ball in a 1-point lead. Inbounded to Youngblood. Chris throws it back to Phylon. He gets fouled. He's fouled by Kelly, and that will send LeBaron to the line to shoot another 1-and-1 for Alabama. Phylon 2 for 2 from the stripe in the game. And on the year, a 76% free throw shooter.
LeBaron Phylon, one of the plays of this game, the steal against Pettiford and the finish to give Alabama the lead. Big front end coming up.
Huge 1-and-1 right here. Free throw upcoming. And it's good. And Bama leads by 2. Jaron Stevenson will check in. Sears will sit down, trying to get a bigger defender on the floor for Alabama. Make or miss. It'll be Phylon, Cliff, Mo, Grant, and Jaron on the floor for the Tide. Free throw up, free throw good, and we lead by 3 with 30.8 to go.
And Auburn doesn't necessarily need a 3 here. They've been good taking at the basket. They got capable 3-point shooters.
Pettiford driving, gives it back to Broom. He'll feed it off Pettiford. Pettiford against Cliff. A deep 3 for the Tide. No good. Rebound picked up by Pettiford. Now they go in the corner. Broom for 3. Made it. Tide with 14.7 to go. Timeout Nate Oates and Bama with 14.5 remaining. Deadlocked at 91. Boy, tip your hat. Janai Broom, 2 threes in overtime to give him 34 for the game. But both of those threes huge. One gave Auburn the lead earlier. This one ties the ball game with 14.7 to go. Auburn with 1 timeout left. Bama with 1 timeout left. The Tide will have the ball when Nate Oates finishes in this huddle to our right.
Alabama not able to get the stop, the miss, the second chance opportunity, and Janai Broom, 29% 3-point shooter, 2 huge threes here in the second half. Alabama can run this down, get the last shot, or shoot it with about 2 or 3 seconds left. Give yourself a chance for an offensive rebound putback. Bama's had success with that here in the second half in overtime. Cliff Amore with a couple of putback dunks, but spread the floor. And oh, by the way, Aiden Holloway just checked in the game.
Brian, the key here is don't be stagnant with one guy just dribbling it out, wouldn't you think? Because we had a problem with that. Was it late first half?
Yeah, late first half, and Nate Oates was trying to get a timeout. And I think that's one of the reasons you call the timeout is get some movement going and get your timing right. You can't go too early here as well, because the worst thing that needs to happen is that we go into a second overtime.
And Auburn's not going to make it easy, I wouldn't think. They're probably going to try to make Bama work against full court pressure, or will they? Looks like they're going to back up and just go half court at the moment. It's been loud since before we started. It's as loud as it's been all day long right now. Bama with 1 timeout left will inbound it. They'll have Phylon, Youngblood, Sears, Nelson, and Holloway. Could it possibly be an unbelievable script? Phylon will bring it ahead with 12, with 11. Phylon, front court at 10, 9. Phylon at 7, Phylon at 6, Phylon at 5. Over to Sears at 3, Sears at 2, at 1 for the win. Ball game, ball game, ball game. Bama wins.
Oh my goodness, Mark Sears with the floater at the buzzer to beat Auburn.
Shot is being reviewed.
I think he got it off. They're going to review it. But Mark Sears, the hero in this game. Nate Oates calls a dribble handoff. The floater just before the shot clock buzzer. The officials are reviewing it right now.
Mark Christopher Sears hit what we believe to be the game winner. After further review, it's good. After further review, let's get out of here. Alabama a winner. 93-91 is your final in overtime, and the Tide rises and beats top-ranked Auburn in the regular season finale.
What an unbelievable game. And Mark Sears, who struggled shooting the ball, got it done on defense, made plays on the offensive end, finding open teammates, 7 assists in this game. Nate Oates calls a timeout, got exactly what he wanted, and Mark Sears with the floater to beat Auburn, #1 on the road. What a huge win for the Crimson Tide.
Coach, I don't even know where to begin other than just say congratulations. Incredible day.
Yeah, pretty wild finish. I mean, we made lots of mistakes. We didn't play a perfect game. I just challenged the guys. Let's forget about playing perfect. Let's take all the pressure off. Let's just go play harder than the other team and see what happens at the end of the day. I said the final score take care of itself. If we're the hardest playing team out there, you know what? We out-rebounded them by 8. You know, we had us charged for one more blue-collar point. You know, I would have liked a lot more than one more, but you know, we made just enough tough plays, and then it's nice to have a player like Sears to go bail you out when the coach can't draw up a real good play there at the end. So it's a good thing we had Mark tonight.
You played and may not have been right, but you got it in the hands of the right guy. That was certainly the case. Unbelievable. Didn't have his best game, but he had other guys step up. And let's kind of go backwards with it, Coach. The play of Clifford Amore, so huge, able to stay on the floor despite the 4 fouls and an impact on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, he did the best job on Broom. I mean, Broom killed us. I mean, it's the reason he's a National Player of the Year talks. He had 34 and 8, hit a couple big threes. You know, you're just hoping he misses them. He's hit 2 threes both times we played him. Might have been his only 4 he's hit since the last time we played him, but I mean, Cliff, I thought did the best job on him. You know, it's unfortunate he's in foul trouble the whole game, but you know he came up big too with 15 and 8 himself. So Grant had 23 and 8. You know, LeBaron showed up big. That steal for the layup that turned the game there late. So really big game from him too.
You talk about Nelson, Coach. He had 15 or 16 in the first half, and I don't think he had anything in the second. Maybe one free throw. But when you had to have some stuff late, he certainly came through again.
No, I did. He got some second chance points, some putbacks. He went to the free throw line, made some free throws. So, you know, big game from him. He's starting to come around like he did last year in March. Seems like it's his time to shine. So we'll just get everybody playing with some confidence and playing hard from now till the end of March, beginning of April, hopefully.
I know you want to celebrate with your team. One last question before I let you go. What do you think this does for your team? You weren't playing badly, but to get rewarded with a win against the #1 team and your arch rivals going into postseason play.
I mean, I think it gives us some confidence. You know, it takes a little pressure off. Like, are we good enough? No, we're good enough. We just got to get back to worrying about the stuff that we have full control over. How hard we play, you know, how tough are we, that type of stuff. So if we worry about only the controllables, I think we're a pretty good team. When we start worrying about everything else, then, you know, we're still pretty good, but not as good as we could be. And I think we just prove we're one of the best teams in the country. We just got to get back playing the right way.
Congratulations again.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Roll Tide.